Hello, I'm Vine and welcome to Overthinking. Today's topic is AI, specifically the view of someone that knows it from the side of the metaphorical guts. I'm a programmer by trade and not only worked with AI tools in a professional and private environment, but also happened to work on them. To be fair, mostly during my student years, which culminated in the creation of an artificial hive mind. Yes, yours truly once made a simplified version of Stellaris Machine Intelligence Authority and got a master title for that. It was a bee-themed self-learning recommendation algorithm. And since I compared it to Machine Intelligence Authority, maybe I should do a Stellaris build after it in the future. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Recently I was trying out DeepSeek, probing to deduce how much of an actual value is in this AI. One of the tests was to check how good it is at programming, so I gave it a simple code in Java to analyze. Specifically this one, a simple function that puts data into a buffer and flips it. If you wanna find the issue yourself, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This code is correct, has no errors and may even produce no warnings. But this specific method is from NIO or NEO library and allocates memory off heap, which makes it a memory leak hazard. Yep, I gave an AI a trick question straight off the bat. But DeepSeek didn't get caught. Moreover, it demonstrated an excellent library awareness, answered my later questions, and produced some nice code when I asked. But 15 minutes into forcing the chatbot to code, I've noticed that it started overbuilding, creating a typical spaghetti issue that is progressively harder to debug. On top of it, it was also quite bad at actual debugging due to low code awareness. In the end, I came to a conclusion that this is just another AI model that is better at library searching than actual coding. And I know, DeepSeek is just a chatbot, not an AI for programming, but at the end of the day, they are all still the same. Like parrots. They repeat what they had before and watch human reaction. AI models currently do not understand what they are saying, and even if they recognize context, they have very small awareness of it. What does this mean beside obvious training bias? Well, it means that any given AI is actually uncreative and has a real problem with thinking outside the box, which is needed for tasks like debugging or reducing complexity of the code to keep it clean. So, even the artificial parrots have beaks and can't kiss properly. Despite this fact, there are software development companies that jumped on the AI bandwagon and now use code generators to write their software, sometimes even instead of hiring actual programmers. Moreover, some developers from the new generation SOC programmers also use AI assistants to write blocks of code for them, completely disregarding the control over it, which makes me, an old-gen Flanner sheet programmer, just disappointed. Both cases are examples of AI overuse, where clueless artificial parrots are employed to think for actual humans, creating issues that may take hours to debug, regardless if you are a SOC or Flanner sheet programmer. And if you are not a programmer, but someone who just using AI to write whole code for you, you may not even be able to fix it. AI in software development is useful only as an assistant, when it does not think for you, because it doesn't think. Okay, let's cut the programming segment here, because I know that some of my viewers are probably just confused by it. But hold on to the conclusions that we came to. AI is uncreative and has no ability to actually think. With this, let's move to another industry where the AI topic rages on: art, specifically image generation. This is a more controversial topic because, unlike in programming, where AI is like a horse in a stable, aka where it should be, in the art industry it's seen as an intruder. Very disruptive intruder that is stealing jobs that are actually creative. Meanwhile, I'm here just telling you that AI is uncreative. Am I lying to you? Maybe. Never fully trust people from the internet, kids. They play games, and playing games makes you a bad person. Anyway, AI uncreativity is connected to the fact that it is, again, a parrot. And this time let's analyze it on the example of Stable Diffusion, a free text-to-image model. Well, the actual licensing of it is more complicated because it prohibits harmful use, but in general it's just free. To use it, you actually have to create or download a trained model. To create it, you provide it with a set of tagged pictures for AI to learn from. During training, Stable Diffusion analyzes the pictures, trying to recognize patterns between provided picture tags, shapes, and colors. Then, to use the model, you must provide it with a text prompt of things that you wanna see in the generated image. Stable Diffusion then tries to generate shapes and colors it associates with given tags that it sees in your text. But don't get it wrong, model does not copy-paste elements of images from its training set. Remembered patterns are stored as connections in a neural network, not an actual pictures to copy-paste. That's the dumbed down explanation of how this particular parrot works. So, how is it not creative in the end? It cannot generate new concepts, also has a very big training bias. For example, we can ask it to generate a realistic red sky, but not a sunset sky. Like a sky which natural color is red instead of blue. A situation where oxygen refracts red and not blue light wavelengths. Most Stable Diffusion models typically get stuck on combining realistic with red, because every combination of those concepts is a sunset sky, and will spam you with pictures of a sunset over and over again. It's a parrot that repeats sunset every time after realistic with red, because it saw multiple times that sunset is realistic and red. But for a human that understands the meaning of my words, this is a simple job to do. Not measurable by time, because traditional artists can make it into a masterpiece over the span of several days, weeks, or even years, while a regular dude will just fiddle with color settings in some program and done. Of course, we can force the model to generate red sky by taking the generated pic, painting over it, and generating the image again based on the provided picture. But at this point, I'm fixing by hand the issue of AI lacking creativity. Okay, I think I have proven my point, but with touching on image generation issue, I feel like I have to digress due to controversies it generates in the public space. So let's get it over with, shall we? In the recent time, there was a trend to Ghiblify pictures using AI. And when it caught the attention of Studio Ghibli itself, people on the internet started to wonder if they were going to sue AI companies over it. Drama got so bad that some popular models blocked Ghiblify from image generation, and Miyazaki himself graced us with another iconic quote. First, Miyazaki really should go to therapy, because even if going that hard could be understood in this situation, he appears to be that hard on everything, and that's not healthy. Second, you cannot sue someone over an art style alone. It cannot be trademarked, patented, and not really copyrighted, as it's too vague to define. I know that this bothers some artists, but some artists are assholes and should shut up, because all amateurs learn by recreating the processes and styles of people that inspired them. Seriously, dramas like this do more harm than good for the cause, because they portray the human side of this argument in a bad light. Same with accusing AI models of stealing publicly displayed pictures from the internet. Sure, training a model on someone's art without asking is immoral, but if said pictures were publicly available, it's also completely legal, as any AI model does not save these pictures for later use. If you wanna oppose AI in your industry, don't make childish drama out of it. Attack where it hurts and start poisoning content with anti-AI tools, like Nightshade. Paradoxically, even encouraging upload of AI-generated pictures also helps to fight AI image generation technology, as it poisons potential training data with AI-generated slop. Yes, AI inbreeding is a thing, and apparently this can be as bad as real inbreeding. Also, the best way to mitigate the issue of AI for an artist is to just be an actual artist, aka be an artisan who conveys emotions and meaning through aesthetics and not rely on aesthetics alone. Remember what I'm saying in this video? AI is a creative parrot, and by itself it's just a tool. Art is more than a tool usage. But can an artist use AI to create something that conveys emotions and meaning? Yes, this uncreative parrot is a tool, and tools can be used properly, with effort and without malice. But since most people using AI are just generating slop or maliciously pretend they don't use AI, there is a little of an actual art created with it. But moving from image generation to video generation, there are gems like Neural Viz here on YouTube, where the whole art is in the explorative narration of the absurd monovision universe, and shortcomings of generative AI don't make it worse, but actively expand the lore. Most importantly though, that channel is upfront about using AI, as they even list resources in the video descriptions. Remember, always inform your audience when you are using AI, as trying to pass the generated content as human-made is a scammy behavior. Let me ask the digression here before I start a rant about moral and immoral uses of AI. Let's get back to the uncreative parrot issue instead. Because for the whole video I've been just name-calling artificial intelligence, pointing out the fact that it is not as advanced as it may seem. Isn't this stupid? Because even if AI of today is lacking, it will improve in the couple of years and this whole parrot calling will be irrelevant. Right? Maybe, but probably not. Right now we are in the middle of an AI revolution. The industrial type, don't confuse it with machine uprising. It is ongoing, it is developing further, and will be more disruptive to the world than the internet itself. Actually, I would say that it already is more disruptive than the internet. But the thing is that all of this is based on neural networks mining data, and that's it. This point may be too vague, so let me explain. You see, almost all big AI products on the market now are neural networks, aka artificial intelligence models that are inspired by neurons in biological brains. Mostly because they are general purpose, so you can teach them anything. But neural networks are only one solution of many from the machine learning field, which is also only a part of a larger artificial intelligence studies. Remember when I bragged about creating an artificial hive mind at the beginning of this video? It was a self-learning swarm intelligence based on the artificial bee colony algorithm. That's something extremely different from neural networks. Simpler, lighter on resources, and specialized in data exploration. One of many alternative approaches to AI. But since the market explosion of ChatGPT, the world collectively fixates on neural networks. The DeepSeek that I was testing is a Chinese response to it. Now all companies also wanna employ neural networks in their processes. It's like the global market suddenly got dead focused on one thing and refuses to look elsewhere. This obsession on one AI solution can't stand its development because nobody will be exploring other solutions, focusing all funding on only improving the efficiency of neural networks, especially since systems inspired by biological neurons may turn out to be suboptimal solution for electronic devices. In consequence, this may also create some kind of economic crisis in the future, since funding can end up in loss with stunted technology, though I don't know if this will be a typical bubble or not. But wait, there's more. Another part of the problem is mining data. Remember my explanation of training stable diffusion models? In 99% cases, AI training looks the same. Throw data at it and hope that it learns something. AI developers rarely have an idea how the models look inside. This is inefficient and kinda stupid, since we are creating AI without even trying to fully understand it. Moreover, this approach is as good as its training datasets. Remember the case of image generation poisoning datasets? This is slowly increasing problem not only for image generation, as all publicly available data are now flooded with AI-generated slop, and new models show symptoms of degeneration for exactly this reason. I hope this doesn't get out of control in an alternative case of Kepler syndrome in the global infosphere. But maybe that's what we need to reach for other solutions. Artificial bee colony is for data exploration after all. Maybe in 5 to 10 years it will be the new rage on the market, when every company will seek an efficient data mining AI? If so, should I start implementing virtual bees again? Nah, that's just me overthinking the topic and better close it for today. See you in the next video!